Fellow autists, tell me if you can identify with this. I just learned what the word zeitgeist means. I always knew it had to do with times. I always associated it with some kind of apocalyptic time. And that brings me to the point of I know how to translate a lot of things because once you understand the base, you can translate anything. And that's what we're doing with language all the time. We're just translating stuff. So, for example, my Latin roots and my Greek roots, those made a huge difference. Like, I can translate usually Italian, but definitely French, Spanish, most Latin based languages because I know what their roots are, the root structure. Zeitgeist, I didn't know the roots for that. And then when I found out what it actually meant, I'm just like, oh, it's a sign of the times. Which kind of makes sense once you understand the German meaning for zeitgeist. It's actually a very apt word. But even though I didn't understand the word, I could still use it and have used it appropriately. Within context, it worked. The reason being is I heard other people associate certain things to zeitgeist. So I'm taking in the environment and I'm correlating, okay, this environment of dialogue is related to this little subject right here, zeitgeist. And then my autistic mind went to America and said, whoa, look at that brainwashing. And I'm not trying to get political. I'm just using that as an example because I think we all know the mass, like, we know what professional dress is. We were trained for that. We know what celebrities wear and we kind of understand fashion, but we're trained for that, you know? And then we've got like disenfranchised groups still being disenfranchised, right? And then we've got bills going up, but the value proposition isn't going up. So you're renting this home, but this home, you don't have a vertical garden to grow your own food. So you're basically getting drained more and more and more with wages not going up, and you're not gaining value, right? That's an imbalance. That throws us off, autistic wise. But all of that is a sign of the times. It is the zeitgeist. And we don't see it because we're in it, living it. Totally cool proposition. But the end all be all is pattern recognition, at least on my end, has been the focal point of my entire life. And it drives me nuts when you have too much information because you're trying to figure out patterns and patterns just stick out like crazy. And all of a sudden you're seeing yourself like a freaking, whatchamacallit, one of those conspiracy theorists because you're trying to answer too many questions. Because your mind is always going. And that can be a vicious cycle here and there. But the long story short is we are always piecing together some kind of puzzle or correlation. They stand out like rods on fire in the middle of the desert, at nighttime. Like, they are really loud. But it's also how we blend. Have fun with that.